Let's see if we can find some of these orders that seem to be a bit of a problem in finding out what's going on in here. Why aren't the orders consistent? Maybe they're just trying to send us disinformation? That there's a code in there to determine which ones are the real orders and which ones are the fake orders? Well, that could be a bit of a problem if that's the case. But first, we have to find some who are high enough ranking to be carrying such orders. Like, I'm not too sure that this soldier qualifies for that. But you never know. Well, no orders, that's for sure. How about this one? Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. I hope you didn't mind my intrusion. No problem at all? Good. You said you wanted to spar? I suppose I could accommodate you. There you go. There you go. Oh, you had orders. More orders. And more dead orcs. Let's see if there are any more orcs up here. Looks like we're at the very threshold. Ooh. The very threshold of Gundabad. Still has the dwarf markings on it. Well, I'm sure the dwarves would be happy to hear that. Now, did any of the dwarves here have... Well, I would have preferred not to have to face them 3 at a time, but oh well. You can't have everything, right? Oh no. I got him anyway. So much are your inspiration qualities. Now, I just hope... No, some of these... I don't want... I think I'll avoid the trolls for now. Just saying. Keep out of their way. But you are a bit too much for me. Whew. Now for you. I was just hoping some of these would have had I guess the ones in this area don't have orders. Oh well. Maybe they get theirs verbally since they're a lot closer to Gundabad. Always a possibility. But at least I thinned their numbers quite a bit. I'm back with the orders.
Our need is dire.
Ah, good. Let's have a look at those. I'm afraid I'm no closer to understanding what Gorgar has planned than I was when I set out. There are too many contradictions, but maybe that's what Gorgar wants. If he's got something planned, what better way to keep us from discovering his plans? Yes. Perhaps Commander Glowing can make some sense out of these. Well, I will have to check with Commander Glowing. Ah, I found the 3rd scout, and he's not in a good position.
Durin's folk shall endure, as we always have.
Thank you for coming. I was on my way to report that I found a number of orcish trebuchets and ballistae amongst the outer defenses of Gundabad, and then some sneaky little goblin caught sight of me. After that, well, the odds were against me. You know as well as I that a proud dwarf does not surrender, but It is not an admission of defeat to buy oneself time to think. I broke my bonds not 1 minute after the orcs threw me in this cage, but escaping this filthy camp will take more than just strength. Why don't you destroy some of those siege engines? That ought to get the orcs riled up and distracted enough to take their eyes off of me. And don't worry, I'll find somewhere safe. Just not here. Destroy trebuchets and ballistae. Oh, fun. Ah, and there's a siege weapon right now. Unfortunately, of course, these things are guarded. Oh, what a concept is that? Let's see. Should I take out the orc first? Or, I mean, the warg or the goblin first? I'll, I'll see what I can do about the warg. Take him out quickly so he won't scratch up my face. Not that that goblin is. That goblin is ugly, and that's saying quite a bit when you consider that the baseline for goblins isn't exactly pretty either. Just saying. Oh, wonderful. Well, are you done yet? No, you're not done yet. Alright, well, I'll just have to. Oh. Well, at least it'll be one less thing to worry about when I get through here. So getting by those orcs, wargs, and trolls. I can't even think of the difference between a orc and a warg. I just run into so many of them that they all blend together. Whew. Ah, I see you all made it back together. That's good. Are we all ready to get back to camp?
There is much to be done, and little time for talk.
I am pleased to see that none of my companions came to any harm. You have my thanks, Pineleaf. As for the four of us, we're going back to Anachkerfu. If we haven't learned enough to satisfy Commander Gloin by now, he's welcome to send another scouting party. Well, that's good to hear. That's good to hear. Now, I guess I should head to Zudradun first and then back to Gloin. I've finished scouting the area.
What did you learn of the enemy presence nearer to the gates?
Thank you, my friend. What did you learn? Yes, I see. We were both right. There is no shortage of foes. Perhaps by studying this information, Prince Durin will find some weakness in their line. No such vulnerability makes itself known to me, but I am only a scout and not a master strategist. I have faith in the prince and his advisors. One of them will surely see something. Well, I will hope so. I will surely hope so. What have you got to say about that, Emok?
Oh, long beard, so trusting.
Are all Longbeards so willing to rely upon blind faith? A stout axe does not sit idly by, waiting for the tide of fortune to turn. He takes action! Oh?
Durin's longbeards must be willing to do whatever is necessary if they are to see victory.
Durin's Longbeards, like the scout here, must be willing to do whatever it takes if they are to have victory in Gunabad. Their combat prowess will not be enough, not by itself. Do you think the orcs will face the dwarves in a fair fight? Ha! No! They will do whatever they can to gain an advantage, and so too shall we. It is a lesson learned in Mordor, and I learned it well. Durin must think that his foes, if he is to have the greatest chance of success, if he wants to have the victory, he will need to think like a goblin. I've got a plan, Pineleaf. I want you to gather heavy rocks from the base of the cliffs and some explosives carried by the goblins throughout the Elderslade. Depriving our enemies of these items will surely help to tilt the field in our favor. Well, I will do that after I give my reports here. Now, where is Nath? I am back.
Live or die, I shall not be a prisoner again.
Good work, Pineleaf. We will hold on to Zudrumdan for as long as we can. I am weary of the growing numbers of orcs by the walls of Gundabad. I see more with each passing hour. Yes, I know.
Aye.
A few dwarves went off on ahead, though I begged them not to. It's too dangerous to be going west. I gave them a warning, but I am not here to argue with them. I am here to win this war. I would appreciate if you would search for them. The last I heard, they had found a cave under the statue. Drinkhole, I think it was called. I'm sure they'll could use assistance. They're behind the enemy lines after all. Well, I will get to them as soon as I finish reporting to Glowing, which is where I'm going next. Hello, Glowing. I'm back to report on the scouts. Well done. Thank you. My scouts have returned to Anarkerfoon, no worse for the wear. The Gabilaka shall ready to march on Mount Gundabad. I count myself fortunate to have you at my side, Pineleaf. Let us see what tomorrow brings. All right, yeah, let us see what tomorrow brings. But one other thing, yeah?
For your proven heroism, I grant you the rank of Uzkaz of the Gabila Ka.
Not another promotion. Uh-oh. Yes, I trust you'll continue to do this fine work until this war is won. I have another important mission for you, too. Oh, I would never have guessed. Ozma scouts have learned of a hobgoblin operation deep in the Grey Mountains. I will allow her to fill you in on the details. Good luck. Let me guess. It's going to involve explosives, right? All right, what is it this time, Ozma?
Here for the hobgoblins. This is what I have learned so far.
Yes, we have discovered a hidden cave entrance in the Grey Mountains on the eastern slopes of Thrumfall. The scouts report hobgoblins and orc activity inside, but they could not get close enough to see what they were up to. Something about swarms of vicious worms. They could, however, hear the sound of digging or mining, and while I don't know what those orcs are up to, I agree that it warrants investigation. Well, then, you have an idea, Horing?
Well, it seems perfectly obvious to me what those Drake-loving hobgoblins are up to.
Yes, digging east towards Winterstith can only mean one thing. They are trying to dig their way to the anvil. We can't allow them to free Hrimil Frostheart from the rest of her Frost Horde. I don't know about you, but I think we have enough to deal with right now without the addition of a ferocious elder dragon. Let's go clear out the cave before it's too late. Yes, you heard me. I'm going with you. All right. Well, does that mean we don't wind up with explosives? Well, let's go. I see a great deal of ice, and I see a hobgoblin up ahead.
I must be honest, friend. After our failed assault on the anvil, I am eager to be avenged upon the Frost Horde and their lackeys for the attack on Scarhall.
And most of all, we must do everything we can to prevent Female from being released. If she attacked our army during the battle, it would be catastrophic. D- do you think me a coward, Pineleaf? I am more than willing to face that dragon again, and one day we'll have to end her reign over these mountains for good. I just don't want that day to be today. Come on, let's get to work. All right, let's kill some hobgoblins apparently.
Keep digging. No rest until our mistress is free.
Well, this seems to pretty much confirm what they're up to. Keep digging until Mistress is freed. Well, we'll just have to kill the hobgoblins along the way. Which looks like we are going to have plenty of those to kill. Let's head off this way. Hey. You. This way. Yeah, this way. There you go. This is not the cave you're looking for. You don't want to free that dragon. Well, I guess now you don't get a chance. Now, let's see what we've got here. We've got orcs, we've got hobgoblins, we've got a dragon at the end. You know, everything you want. Well, I hope we don't have a dragon at the end. Let's hope that dragon is nice and sealed. Actually, maybe we could use Ozma here. Could you imagine a few of her explosives inside of this tunnel? That should set them back a few years. There you go. Well, maybe not years, since it didn't take them years to make this in the first place. But that's another matter. Now, for you. 3 hobgoblins down, but of course, it's going to be finding that leader that's going to be the real challenge in this, isn't it? Whee! Oh, hello! Hope you didn't mind me dropping in there. Did I interrupt your digging? Good. I'm glad to hear that I did, because that's my job here. More orcs, more hobgoblins, more to kill. That's what it looks like to me. And we'll have to hear what those hobgoblins are up to. Well, other than trying to free a dragon. Ooh, gotcha! Looks like it got some friends also, unfortunately. Well, don't worry. I can handle this. I hope I can handle this. Now, it's your turn. You don't want to run away? Okie dokie. Your funeral. Now, let's go and find the rest of those hobgoblins and everyone else that we need to deal with. It looks like it's another drop. Yikes. Okay, you're down. Alright, good to hear. Now, let's see. Yeah, that's exactly what we need to do. Clear out the orcs. Clear out the hobgoblins. And avoid needing to clear out the dragon. Ooh, we got a problem here. Looks like we now have Drakelings here. Well, that means something's gotten out of the anvil. We just hope it's too small to let anything larger than these things through. Because we certainly don't want to be wanting more of this. I was expecting cold drakes. Apparently they're spitting fire, which is rather weird. But okay. I guess they needed fire to warm them up a little bit to keep them. Now, where were we? That looks disconcerting. And a drop into some drakelings too. Well, here goes nothing. A door of ice blocks us. Do we really want to open such a thing? Might be just as well to keep it closed, right? That's of course unless the orcs there are trying to are able to easily open and close it, in which case actually it's a hobgoblin. What do you gotta say?
This door is no natural thing.
I have seen things like this before, Pineleaf. Those hobgoblins are summoning an unearthly cold with their dark magic to block our path. We will have to defeat them to progress any further, alright? As soon as I can do that, just stick a spear in his back and we shall be fine. The goblins won't be, of course, but that's another matter. Oopsie daisy. Oh, there you go. I see what you mean. Aha! So this is hollow and another drop. Ah. Well, maybe we'll get the drop on these whelpings. Here goes nothing. There you go. Yeah, like I remember going to stop their breath. Their breath is cold as the wind in December. And these things are tough. And now for you. Probably have viscous blood. Or at least semi-frozen. Antifreeze in the blood. Alright, now for you. Are there more hobgoblins along the way? I'm sure there'll be another one along here sooner or later. Aha! Yes, there he is up there. I see him now. But it looks like I'm going to have to go through a few more drakelings and hobgoblins before I'm through with all this. You. Really? I don't know why bother. It does less good than harm, that's for sure. Alright, there you go. Now, let's take care of this guy. Shh.
Why does the warlord not just kill him? He plots against us. My life for the Frost Horde! Warlord Dush Talbuk allows his puppet to live, to keep the orcs in line. You see the way they look at us, the way they spurn the gifts of the Frost Heart? The Warlord is cunning. We are few, and they are many. The orcs would rise up against us. The son of Ball did not command them. When the mistress is freed and the dwarves slaughtered, Gorgar will no longer be of use to us.
It sounds like to me they're not exactly friends of Gorgar. They're even less friends of us, of course, but that's another matter. Now, and I gotta get through half the Frost Horde in order to find them. But look at this. We've got hobgoblins. And a drake. Well, fortunately, it's not Hrimil. That's good. I don't think I would have been willing to face her so easily. At least not now. Are you ready? No, maybe if I had an entire dwarf army with me, I might be able to, but that's an entirely different matter. Now, let's take care of this. We just have a few more drakelings and a couple of hobgoblins. And maybe we could end this little plan of theirs. At least a little bit. I mean, if they want to have a plan to betray the orcs in one way or the other, I mean, go ahead! Betray the orcs. I don't mind if you betray the orcs. I don't mind if you kill Gorgar. Well, I have a feeling that there are some dwarves that would rather to have the honor of that themselves, but that's an entirely different matter. Oh, at least he didn't bring all his friends with him. Oh well. What's that? Why bother? You are annoying with that, aren't you? Alright, fine. You can go away. Now there's a fierce drake and Thrugdar the Slaughterer. Well, that's quite an impressive name. Alright, well, I'll slaughter the Slaughterer.
Intruders! You will not stop us!
Are you sure about that?
Never allow you to free the dragon. For Scarhold!
Oh boy, that's my that's a mess. A big mess. Hey, it's cold in here. No more tricks like that. As you unleash the might of Hrimil on me. Whew, gotcha! Now for you. Well, how do we get out of that mess?
This uncanny cold. We were just in time.
I swear.
I can almost hear that cursed dragon on the other side of this wall.
If we're done, let's go. I have no desire to stand here freezing. Yes, let's get out of here. That was quite an adventure.
Oh, that place had an unnatural chill. Just like the anvil. They must have been close to their goal.
It is good we arrived when we did, or they might have succeeded in releasing the dragon. I will make sure some scouts are posted near the entrance to that cave, in case some hobgoblin gets the bright idea to try to resume their operations. But, to be honest, I have a feeling deep in my bones that the fight is inevitable. You had best ready for fight her when the time comes, Pineleaf. I know that I will be. Well, what do you say, Glowing?
Is everything all right? Horan looks deathly serious.
Aye, having such a powerful foe so near concerns me as well. Dragons and other evils slumbering in unknown places deep in the mountains have long caused anxiety for the Longbeards. I am almost ashamed that none of my clan could have joined Horan on his expedition into the Anvil, but our soldiers had not yet come to Scarhold, and we had only just recovered Dory from the clutches of the drakes. What good would a few old dwarves have done storming into the den of an elder dragon? Horin has proven he is one of the bravest among us for rushing to stop Karisgar's plot with so few at his side. We must carry on as dwarves have always done for centuries. Keep your eyes on your goal, and take your battles one at a time. I will speak with Prince Durin about the ways of defeating the dragon once and for all, but first, we have a war to win. We have a war to win, and there's quite a bit still to do, which we'll resume in the next episode of The Legacy of Durin.